Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a great day. It looks like a very empty Portland airport here. We just got FedEx and Fed Up taking off and landing here. But it's 9 o'clock my time. In the sim, it's 8 o'clock local time. But real local time is actually 5 a.m. So there's actually really not many flights going out at this time from Portland. So this Portland airport from Flightbeam, that's where we're going to be taking off from. We're going to Denver. This is a Southwest flight, so we're going to be using Love Cars and the Southwest Airlines. But PDX and Denver are one of the first two airports for Microsoft Flight Simulator as a third-party add-on, and then it came pretty early. I would say Denver's the third anniversary, or like maybe 2 weeks ago. But yeah, they were the first ones. So here, Denver one's been updated. It got like a big update maybe 9 months to a year ago. But PDX, I don't think it's gotten an overhaul at all. So it's still like very old, older textures models. Like the cars in here, you can tell are like, it doesn't really matter because you're like, it looks fine like this. It's for the people that get up close. That's when you're gonna see all the wrinkles. Like when you look at someone and they're like, you know, like 200 yards away from you. Can you tell if they're young or old? Probably think they're young. Yeah, then you get up to, you see their face, they're like, oops. I thought they were young. They end up, they're like, I didn't realize they had their walker with them. But yeah, it's so there are no interiors here. I've had this airport for quite a long time, and I'm pretty sure it's the first time I've been here. And they have static aircraft. So with FSLTL, you got some mergers going on here. Southwest Americana, that's what it's called. Or South United. Alaska. The Alaskan Airport, or the Alaskan Airlines. Oh, United just left. Frontier's okay. It's more so the Southwest Airlines flights here that are the static aircraft. I think Alaska is also static aircraft. But then you got Volaris. Is Volaris even in the US? I feel like they're European. There's the Alaska again. You seem to choose like the same ones, you know, to hook up with. Then you got all your general aviation, your Q400, which still don't have. And according to Magic or Majestic, they're working on it, but they're not going to tell us. Just imagine if Majestic would tell us when to expect a Q400 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I bet you 2 weeks before. You know, BM World, AM Sim World, they would come out with a Q400. Might not be the same quality, but No, there'll be some other developer just to put out something right at the same time. All right, let's hop into the aircraft. So we're in the 700, the 737-700. And we can go up, put the battery on. All right, that's yeah, we're good there. Let's get the IRS aligned. Arm the emergency lights. Get the forward fuel pump on so we get the APU. The APU started. IRS position. Move over to the next page. GPS left. Let's go back. Put that in there. Now what we can do is, because we've got love cars, we don't have marsh, but we've got love cars. I don't think we're gonna have any issues today. Let's get that flight started. The aircraft is not located at the departure airport. What the? All right, before I do anything else, yeah, we're gonna have some issues here. Just go back to the main menu. Love, yeah, it's a love-hate relationship right now with love cars. Because love cars is saying I'm not where I am. Unless they're thinking I'm in Portland, Maine. I'm in Portland, Oregon. I don't know. I'm supposed to be right here. So let's try this. And let's bring it to fine. It thinks you're still in San Diego Harbor. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, my wife watched that. She was like, what are you guys doing? Like, trying to fly this damn plane, try to leave, and it's taking us right into the harbor. I guess she didn't understand why we were laughing so hysterically. All right, let's try this again. I'm not gonna start anything. Just want to get. What if I cancel this flight? Oh, I gotta go on the website then. Schedule, delete. Now if we go Portland, Not Portland, Maine. Portland, Oregon. Yeah, last night I was looking Portland to Denver flight, and it's like, no, there's no flight. Try it again. I'm like, come on, there's got to be Portland to Denver. And then I realized I was going from Portland, Maine to Denver. Like, yeah, nope. It's not gonna work. Could be my aircraft. Let me see if I go with the earlier flight. Oh, that's the max. All right, love cars, you gotta restart. What's this? What? Okay. Portland. And then if I can't get it into love cars, then I gotta like somehow record it, but I can't send the stream as the evidence. I have to be on VATSIM. It's like there's no VATSIM coverage around. Like what? At that point, you just flip it into Air Canada flight. Nope. Looking like love cars does not like where I am. Eventually, if that keeps happening, well, I might leave Southwest Virtual. But no, everything's fine other than love cars. It's like, or the training that they think you're like a college student on spring break or something. They're like, here's 2 weeks. You got like 40 hours of training. Here you go. It's like, whoa. All right, we're going without love cars.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Yeah. Leave the parking alone. They're right there. Wow. Okay, let's go. FMC. Ground services. Request ground power. Up to the top. Battery on. And this is a no virtual airline flight today. That's how we're going to do. Emergency exit lights are on. It's on. Let's get the APU. So that means I'm gonna have to put all the details in. We're gonna be going up to flight level 390 today. Let me see. Fly Live. Fly Live is still alive.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
All right, there. Got the point. Right. Uh, 390, okay. 390, FMC. Nav data out of date? What are you talking about? We just had an update. For the AirX. I've got to update my PMDG stuff. Yeah. It's not asking me because I haven't said it. There we go. Back. Payload today, 0 fuel weight. Well, actually, let's bring it up. Let's bring up the OFP over here. OFP. So our 0 fuel weight is right here. So 108.9. 8.9. We can come back here. Fuel. So our block fuel is right down here. 16,000. 6. Haven't seen this process. I'm gonna say it's not my controls, it's your controls. Yeah. So we got that. That's all set. Yeah, it definitely wasn't my controls or your controls. It was your controls. Definitely your controls to blame. Going for Kilo Papa X-Ray Delta. Oh no, it's PDX. The only reason why I know PDX is because the Portland Winterhawks, they played against the Halifax Mooseheads in the Memorial Cup back in 2013. We're going to Denver. And Denver. And actually Denver, Colorado. That's where the #1 draft pick in 2013 went. And actually tonight he is actually back here in Halifax getting his jersey retired, like a company wrote. That's Nathan McKinnon. No, I didn't do this because of this, but that nothing related. Perf. Let's get the perf in it. Up in the spaceship. Okay, so we need our winds. Average winds at cruising 256. .28 knots. There. Hottest index with Southwest, it's always 40. Well, that's what they instruct us for Southwest Virtual. Although we're not flying Southwest Virtual today. Gonna go 20k D rates and a climb 2. We're in the 700. It could also be my issue today, the 700. How about this? I switch over to the 800. Tempted. Because now my flight's not even going to count. Yeah, let's do it. It's gonna be like 2.5 hours up in the air, or like the flight's 2.5 hours. Might as well attempt one last attempt to making it real. I've got to switch over. Portland, Denver. Let's go in the 800. It's a 3 o'clock start. All right, that's fine. We're taking off from E11. Okay. Departure. Going with 800. There, we can fly for freedom. And this one's 3 o'clock, so 2:40 should be fine. Gonna have to redo that. But don't you find this is better looking than having the same images over and over again? At least it's pertaining to your flight. Yes, you miss out on the tips that you see over and over and over and over again that aren't really tips. You might tip out of your seat because you're falling asleep seeing the same things over and over again. So we're gonna go with flight level 370 this time around. I feel like I gotta press like, come on. All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're having a great day. I sure am, with my Starbucks, or my fake Starbucks, because what you see is not what's in here, because it's not Starbucks. No, not even the beans are Starbucks, because I made it myself. I made my own pumpkin spice latte. I'm too good for Starbucks now. Actually, I could definitely go for a PSL. So what I did was I put half a cup of vanilla bean syrup, as if half a cup, or like 2-3 teaspoons of that. To my normal latte, so frothed milk, double shot espresso, and then on top on the foam, what I put was pumpkin party mix. No, pumpkin. What is it? Pumpkin pie spice, not pumpkin spice. Pumpkin pie spice, and It's not exactly a PSL, but it's good enough. Sweet. As sweet as this flight's gonna be once we finally take off. So while we're waiting, I've gone with the liberty of we're gonna go ILS 34 left into Denver, and we're gonna tell her. We're gonna use the teller transition. Not tell me, not tell him, but tell her. I'm a vanilla frappuccino person. Wait till I do a live stream from my picking up my my latte on Monday. No, I will not be hungover, nor will I have consumed any alcohol. And I might be going to Wiggles. No way. I'm going to Blippy tomorrow. Man, I'm so excited to see Blippy tomorrow. Wow. And then on top of that, Wiggles on Monday. I'm just not sure if my mother-in-law's taking my place or I'm going. We'll figure that out. I don't even know her. Tell her. Don't even know her. Yeah, so on my flight from Toronto to Denver, on my way to San Diego a couple of years ago, I told a flight attendant who was a male, I said, can you tell her the right transition? Because the pilot was a female. I said, can you tell her the right transition? As we were going into Denver. And she didn't take the teller. She said, no, tell him. All right, now we're hung up. 74 point. Gotta love streaming. You sit down most of your day just watching the loading screen. I don't know what happened here. And I bet you after all this, Love Cars is still not going to accept the flight. Yeah, it's not moving. Normally, it moves a lot quicker than that, so I'm just gonna shut it right down. Not Love Cars.
Always looking, always praying.
Using up 4,000 megabytes of memory. Come on. There. It's gone like Gaviscon. I'm in the works of getting Gaviscon to sponsor the channel. How to get rid of heartburn on the battlefield and in the air. Use Gaviscon. Your heartburn will be gone like Gaviscon. And also, if you want to get rid of heartburn, you can become a member today. A Sizzling Popcorn Airlines. Get your seat ticket today. You can purchase economy business class or first class, like Marsh. We got a first class experience the other night trying to do a shared cockpit flight, and it went south very quickly. Normal mode. Mill hops tonight. Whoop. Whoopie hoop. What? A whoopie hoop? Yeah. Wow. Flight Simulator's 40th anniversary. It's almost my 40th anniversary. Not yet. Still got another 20 more years. Like, wow, this kid's not even 20? Seriously? Yeah, not even 20. I've got 20 kids. You ever see the movie Starbuck or Starbucks? I saw it. Actually, that reminds me, I saw Netflix saying, hey, you should watch this movie. It's called The Great Seduction. I'm like, what? This is like the third or fourth edition of this movie. I remember I saw that La Grande Séduction in probably, I don't know, 2007 in French class at university. And it's like northern Quebec fishing community. And they're trying to get a doctor. And they got to try to seduce this Dr. Lewis from Montreal, have him come up. So then I saw that movie, and then maybe a year or two later, yeah, because it was while I was sizzling popcorn, the film critic, it then came out, but they made an English version of it, and then they called it Seducing Dr. Lewis. And I think there's not Liam Neeson, there's another Neeson is in it. So they made it rather than northern Quebec, and it's set in Newfoundland. Well, then they came out with another version. Then this latest version is called, they went back to the original name, and then they just did a straight translation. So the Great Seduction. Well, now it's this Mexican fishing village. They're like, it's the same story, just like, it's like this is the two weddings and a funeral or something, or no, something at a funeral. Death at a funeral. You had the British version, and then you had the then you had like the African American version, which was like was it Chris? No, not Chris. Like Chris Rock. I think it was Chris Rock that led that. It was like everything's all the same, but then the jokes might be slightly adjusted. But there was like a couple of characters there. It was the same actors. They're like, what? But you know, different audience will watch that, and then they're like, okay, well, this relates to me much better, so the movie takes off. Just like this loading screen's taking off. Look how fast that's going. Those like 1,000 digits are really, really spinning their wheels. Look, it's because I'm scrolling on the mouse. See, oh, it stopped. Shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Now with that top-down view from Striper, I feel like I'm like in DCS world, like ready to like drop drop a bomb somewheres. Pishat Salim. Welcome to Facebook. Although I don't post much there, but I am starting to post. I should post these live streams there, then I have a whole bunch of people showing up. We're going from Portland because everyone's asleep right now, North America. They're either dragging themselves to work or to Starbucks or to both. Okay, so this flight 2:45. Let's go 2:45. Now that it has the flight plan, it actually shows you Striper. Come on, love cards. Parking brake. Put the parking brake on. All right. Let's put the parking brake. Cha-ching! Yes. All right. Now, gone in 60 seconds. Here we go. Actually, I want to get my traffic back. The traffic. I should bring the traffic back. Ground requests ground power. Pure battery on. Ground power on. Emergency lights on. Forward fuel pump on. APU. Here, let's go without that. I want to hear the sounds here. Sounds are a little low. Going to 370. Fix this right away. Okay, that's good. Align the IRS. Make sure you pay your taxes. I think that's why they put that in like aircraft, because they know there's going to be flight simulators being built over time, and then people are going to want to make sure the IRS is aligned. And it's a lot of Americans playing flight simulators, so IRS, it's like, hey, line your taxes with the IRS. Don't forget, Uncle Sam wants your money. And then they have like then they get a guy like me that can help you with your taxes. But in Canada, I almost was gonna do US, but I was like, forgot about US laws. I don't need more. IRS position. Because in some places you can have city, state, or you can have city, county, state, and federal taxes. Now I'm good up here. Just got the province and we got federal. And I don't deal with Quebec because Quebec, it's two different. Because we send all our stuff to federal. and the IRS look-alike. But in Quebec, no, they've got their Revenu Quebec, and then you still gotta send the federal part to Revenue Canada. It's like, no. Simplified. Let's go. Let's get the payload. So payload, 0 fuel weight, 126.6. Fuel, or block fuel is 18,792. Then KPDX to KDEN. Activate that. There we go. While that's doing that, let's get the other pumps on. APU. Any collision on? Back to the FMC, activate, execute, perf init. Load that, execute, cruising winds, 256, it's going to be 28, cost index 40 for Southwest, and one, we normally do actually, that's on the 700. We're on the 800, but I think still derated. 24K derate. Probably do a 22K derate and a climb 2. We're all about efficiency at. What am I doing? Here, just a second here. I'm like, I've got love cars. Love cars will put all that in. Because love cars will add in some numbers that I don't even touch, like the AGL. I think it's the AGL of something. As you can tell, I didn't finish the 737 training at Southwest. They're like, here you go, 40 hours, you know, you gotta do it in 2 weeks. Unpaid. Like, no. Not happening. So it's still trying to do the positioning. Not sure. We're all done? All right. I think it's all done. Take off. Flaps 5. Center of gravity. So we gotta go to 515. I think that was a waste of time, but if you're using love cars, get them to do it right off the bat. Never midway through. All right, that should be good. Then our V speeds. Oh yeah, we gotta go get our departure. Departure, we're taking off from 10 left. And it's gonna be Whammy 4 at IMB. And then in Denver, we're going with ILS 34 left. At tell her, not tell him. And we're going to use the flatty. Okay. The flatty. M Jane. This just gets worse and worse here. Come on, guys. So that should be. Yeah. Should be able to get my takeoff weights. It's gonna be takeoff weight. It's gonna be 144.9. Oh, can't add anything there. How about the V speeds? Should be 139. 141. And 145. Okay. And up here, we get the flight directors on. 145 plus 5, so we'll do 150. The runway here in Portland is 28. It's 10 left, so it's 103. We're going up to 370. All right, that's good. Let me go back in the legs. We are going to have a vector, so we do have to watch out for that vector to get her to tell her. Climb is fine. Cruise. Cruise here says 390. We're going 370. Get the descent, forecasted descent winds. Then should be good. And we don't need a pushback, so we just drive out. But it's right there. Okay. Guess we can start firing up the engine because there is no pushback. Let's go RTO. Start engine 1. Lift that up. Over to continuous. We'll get the engine 1 started. We're gonna squawk 200. Right, so that's good. Over to continuous. Now we can switch over to the gens. Take off the APU. APU bleed is done. I wonder if we're gonna have to get pushback for love cars to pick it up. See very shortly. APU bleed. Packs are on. And let's get the parking brake off. Oh. Come on, Alaska. Gonna hit me. No, I gotta go before you. Watch this. Wow. Right over my nose. Thing is, I don't even hear their engines at all. Oh, you know what's going on? It's the chocks. The chocks. Chocks. Talking about chocks. Now there we go. And it
Ladies and
says,
gentlemen, if we could have your attention for just a moment, we'd like to point out the safety features of our Boeing 737-800. A safety information card is in the seat back or literature pocket in front of you. To fasten your seatbelt, slide the flat end into the buckle. Pull the loose strap to tighten. To release, lift up on the buckle. Position your seatbelt tight and low across your hips and wear it anytime you are seated. There are 8 emergency exits, 2 forward exit doors, 4 overwing window exits, and 2 exit doors in the back. Signs overhead and lights on the floor lead to exits. If an evacuation is necessary, follow flight attendant commands and leave everything. This aircraft is equipped with life rafts. 2 life rafts are located in the forward ceiling compartment and 2 life rafts are located in the ceiling compartments at mid-cabin. In the event of a water evacuation, use the life vest under your seat.
where the hell's he
Remove the vest
going?
Only if told to do so. Pull the red strap to open the container and remove the pouch. Remove the vest from the pouch as shown on the safety information card. Place the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, buckle it in the front, and pull to tighten. Once outside, pull down on the red tab to inflate the vest. To manually inflate, blow into the tube at your shoulder. Your vest has a light that turns on automatically in the water. Please refer to the safety information card for use of a life vest on an infant. Flight attendants will distribute additional vests if needed. We are coming by to check that your seatbelt is fastened, your seat back and tray table are in a full upright and locked position, and your carry-on items are completely under the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin, leaving the area from the seat clear. Smoking is not allowed on board, including the lavatories. The use and charging of electronic cigarettes is prohibited. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying any smoke detector in an aircraft lavatory. It is also prohibited to consume alcohol that you have brought with you on this flight.
I think he's going all the way to the end. And really, you don't have to go all the way to the end. It's all
Posted
like,
placards and crew member
it starts right here.
Information on seatbelts and smoking. If needed, 4 oxygen masks will drop from a compartment overhead. To activate the flow of oxygen, pull down on the mask until the plastic tubing is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Secure the mask with the elastic strap. Although oxygen will be flowing, the plastic bag may not inflate. Continue wearing the mask until otherwise
I'm going to take off
notified
before
by
you,
crew members.
Alaska.
If you are traveling with children or anyone needing special assistance, put on your mask first. Please remove any face coverings before donning an oxygen mask. We are here for your comfort and safety. Please report any unwelcome behavior to a flight attendant. Thank you for your attention. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy your 2 hours and 25 minutes flight to Denver. Welcome aboard.
Bienvenue à bord. Southwest Airlines. Let's go.
Positive rate of climb.
Flaps up.
Ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, fasten seatbelt sign has been turned off. Please keep your seatbelt visible.
What's she
Fasten
talking
buckles.
about?
Please be careful when opening any overhead bin. Thank you.
It's been. I don't know what she's talking about. I think we got some constraints around here. Well, here's Portland. Is that like Mount Rainier or the Olympians? I'm not sure which mountains they are, but definitely some mountains. 4 minutes and 57 seconds late. All right. Fire me. Oh, I didn't realize it was Airstun. Thought that was Marsh. It's because it's both short and they both like both in blue. The Airstun, yes, nil hops tonight. Like I've been sick all week, but it's like a 95% like health meter. Right, so we can take off. We're at 10,000. So we'll take off our lights. Engines to off.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Or engine
use of all
start to
portable
off.
electronic devices is now permitted in airplane mode with cellular functions turned off. In a few moments, we will be coming through to take your drink orders. We will be serving complimentary soft drinks, juice, and coffee. Beer, wine, and liquor are available for purchase or with a valid drink coupon. There is a beverage menu in your seat back pocket, or you may go to the Southwest beverage menu on the in-flight entertainment portal southwestwifi.com, where these options are displayed. Please be mindful of the flight attendant serving you in the aisle and remain seated while the fasten seatbelt sign is on. We have lavatories in the front and back of the aircraft. The sign on the ceiling indicates whether the lavatory is occupied. Please do not form a line at the forward lavatory. Your safety will always be our #1 priority, so please don't hesitate to let us know if you have other needs we can take care of.
There's another mountain up there, and then there's the one that's coming right underneath the wings. And it's good that you guys are just showing up now, because what, the first hour was just a bunch of and yeah, that's another thing, because the other night Marsh and I, we tried the 700. However, the 700 I was able to connect with Love Cars, but then we never took off. We couldn't even taxi. We're going right through the buildings in San Diego. But today on the 700 I couldn't connect to Love Cars, but the 800 I could. I think tonight, Millhops, we go from like midway through South America. We go right down to the bottom, but we don't cross to Antarctica. That's in Africa. We'll do that. Look at that. I've updated my sign. When I first made that, a couple of weeks ago, I had put it at like 2.07. It's like, oh, like almost like every few days you gotta change it when you're doing it like that. So I went to 2.1. And then when it's in the 200s, I'll change it again. Then I'll just get to a point where I just change it on the thousands. Boy, that must be in Boise, Idaho. Can I switch it to 390? Yeah. Let's take a look at the radar. So we're gonna be just north of this little system here. Other than that, should be clear. Looks like there's something over Denver. It's actually north of Denver once you start to zoom in. But I do have to fix this, I think, in the FMC. We'll do it later. We definitely have plenty of time for that. And while we're here, let's look at turbulence. Turbulence, we're at 390, so we're gonna go with 380. Yeah, so on our star, that's where we're gonna see some turbulence. But that's your weather forecast for today's flight. All right, let's go back. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Leonardo Felipe, now following on Facebook. Facebook's like growing like wildfire, and all it is reels. Maybe I'll go advertise this right now, see if anybody shows up. And that's if my keyboard wants to send a signal. I hate this keyboard. I bought this keyboard because I had an issue with the old one with a signal. Well, this new Logitech, the old one was Logitech also. It's you can be typing away and then all of a sudden stop sending the signal. And then you're like trying to test it out, and then all of a sudden it starts. Then it stops and starts. Make up your mind. All right, so I gotta get closer. And I know Facebook doesn't like links because it wants to keep everyone on Facebook. But we'll try this anyways. And if you've never been on a plane or you haven't been on one in a long time, like you might think that the topography here, like here the mountains, all right, but over here, all these patches, like, is it just like a computer that put them in, or does it actually look like that? Well, in real life, it actually looks like that. From the sky, you'll see circles, and they'll be like light brown and then like dark green and like all these different patches. Like it's like a mosaic in the sky, like when not in the sky, but when you're looking from the sky. Because I remember taking a real estate course at university, and then I flew down to Phoenix, and I ended up I was supposed to go Halifax to Boston, to Washington. But by the time I got to Washington, the plane had already left like 15 minutes before. So they put me up at the hotel and sent me the next morning to Denver. And then I started looking out the side window, and I could see like what I had been learning in real estate class was like, I could see it in action. And there was actually something about Camelback Road. I was like, hey, I'm going to Camelback Road in like Scottsdale. I'm like, wow. So yes, the simulator simulates as true life. It's not like, you know, it's not like X-Plane. X-Plane where you gotta have like you know, 100 gigs of ortho. The ortho's not really real. It's just fake. Like it's well, actually I guess you can get some satellite imagery, but yeah, it's just, oh, this looks more realistic. But really, like, what do pilots do up in the air at this point of the flight? Just monitoring the autopilot, make sure it doesn't go wonky, and probably reading, eating, shitting, like. The difference between this and in real life is right now you might have to contact air traffic control, but the thing is when you're like this, you're not, like, especially out here, you're not moving zones like from one control area to another. Like, we're still in one area. We will be shortly switching, but it's like, yeah, you don't really have any communication to be done. Just look outside, check out nature and its beauty. All right, I'll let you guys be with this view. I'm gonna go get some breakfast. Got my latte down. Now I need to get some breakfast, and then I'll be back. And then I'll be back way before we get close to landing this plane, because we've got what? It's a 1500. Yeah, we got like an hour and a half before this thing lands. So yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back after I have my breakfast here. I'm back. Saber, EFB, that's like wishful thinking. No EFB yet. No EFB. Let's go take a look at that EFB. Wait, oh. There's the EFB. Still non-existent. Like Matthias was like, he came onto my video and said, hey, yeah, it's in beta testing. So that was like August. I remember last year they talked about end of September, we're gonna start beta testing and it's gonna be out soon. Now it's a whole year later. I understand things can happen and stuff, but you told us one thing and then it's a whole year later. Like, why not just tell us directly what's the deal? And why does yours have to always be different than everybody else? Because it's supposed to be magical. Well, I don't think it's gonna wipe my ass in the plane. Well, you know, after I take a shit on the, you know, on the toilet here, like it's not gonna do that. So, like, what's gonna be magical about it? If I see that it comes out and it comes out, the graphics on that EFB are less par with LandVFR's mod of the A320, I'm gonna be sending an email. Oh, now I said something, now I gotta do it. Hey, wait a second. Okay, no, that's a replay part. Can't blame Asobo for a whole year when everything else is putting them. Yeah, like, oh yeah, but you know, we got a different programming system, blah blah. No. I was gonna say it in French because it just like it's just the expression, but like things don't work like that. It's like everyone from the low dog to the top dog all have EFBs, or most of them. And then you got one of the top dogs that says, oh, I'm too good for all these EFBs. We don't even have an EFB. We have a universal flight tablet that's going to come out for a 737, a 777, a 747. Well, dude, we're not gonna have the 747 until like Flight Simulator 2036. So what's the point of having a? It's gonna be outdated by the time the 747 comes out. So yeah, it's just some guys. They're very like. Robert reminds me of this boss that I had. He was like the president of the company, but he would always call himself like doctor. He always had to really push that he was a doctor, but he had his doctoral in from seminary school. So it's like, you know, it's yeah, PhD on the Bible, not a PhD in like physics or something, and definitely not a medical doctor. But it was, he would always, if he had something bad to tell you, he'd always tell you the good stuff, like, you know, beef up your ego and then slam you down. Just. Well, like Robert sort of reminds me of this guy to some extent. Like I don't know Robert, but I can see it like in their forums, in the PMDG forums. You have to sign off with your real name every time. If you don't do it, not just Robert's gonna come in and tell you. Other people are just gonna go, you know, like, pennies in a bunch. You didn't put your name. And it's like, come on. Like, I understand there's rules and they're like, it's there, but for someone to, you could say it a lot more gently. You don't have to be so anal about it, but they are very not gentle and very anal about it on the PMDG forums. Yeah. Just go on there, scroll through a couple of threads, see a couple of them that don't do that, and yeah. No. No, that was just a sponsorship deal. Said, well, we'll give you $2 million. I said, no. As if. $2 million. They have an old programming system. Yeah. So, yeah, because when they came over to Microsoft Flight Simulator, they just didn't understand Microsoft Flight Simulator because they've always coded their aircrafts a certain way. Well, now you got to redo that. That's why I didn't sign up for the for their form. Yeah, because it's like, and I don't know if it's every time or if you've got the signature on the bottom. If the signature on the bottom is fine, but just. And who was I listening to? Oh, it was Captain Canada. He was talking yesterday about Aerosoft and how Aerosoft is now a joke. Because if you look at Aerosoft and the people that are running Aerosoft, and you can see like the president and all that, the board, they're all like. It's like they're all like 60, 70, like they should be either retired or retiring. And they're the ones running this company that's supposed to bring in the next generation of flight sim enthusiasts. Well, not just flight sim, it's like all kinds of simulation. And they've got like old mentality and saying that Mathij, when he left at a good time, but he also understands why Mathij left, because I think Mathij didn't agree with the top dogs at Aerosoft. So there's something there. But then he goes over to Robert. Well, at PMDG, they also have like an older way of thinking. So it's either Mathij is the older way of thinking and has gone to PMDG to join more old way of thinking, or and in that case Aerosoft is trying to think new, or it's the reverse. Mathij is trying to think of new, because we've all looked at it as like Mathij was the problem at Aerosoft. And I really don't think that's the case. I think he was pushing for stuff that management didn't really want to. So I really don't know. It's like you can sit down, talk about it, analyze it, but if you don't have all the facts, if you don't have this, like we would have to bring on like everybody from all sides, have an interview. Let's have a talk and talk about it. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. I saw them go after someone because his name sounded fake. They wanted a driver's license. Yeah, that's like if you show up there and you're like Meta World Peace. Well, dude, my name is Meta World Peace. I legally changed it. So now what I'm doing is I'm gonna legally change my name to Sizzling Popcorn, and when I show up, I'll be like, last name? Sorry, I don't have a last name. I am Sizzling Popcorn. It's one word. It's like Ocho Cinco. Ocho Cinco's not Ocho Cinco. And I think, didn't he like change his name again? The wide receiver for the Bengals. It was Chad, I think like Chad Johnson or something. IP freely is totally real. Well, if you're American outside the washroom, what are you inside the washroom? European. And if you're running to the washroom, you're Russian. But you can't run. My wife's like, I'm gonna sign up for a CIBC Run for the Cure for one of her coworkers. I said, yeah, but you can't run. Oh, we got a Phantom. I just saw a Phantom. Is that Shazam's Phantom, or is that no, that's not a Phantom. Now that I look at that, that's a F-16. Yeah, because I didn't see the front. I just saw the single engine. Dun, 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 dun. I've been thinking about getting a HOTAS, but I don't know if I want to go with a mix of like a Viper stick and Hornet HOTAS, the Throttle, because the 15, the Strike Eagle's not available. I think it's on back order. These guys wing they make products and then they sell out, and then take some months to restock. But I can go to the Viper. But then the thing is with the Viper is you got the extra thing that you have to assemble with wind wing. But then your arm is always going to be up in the air. Unless I'll be closer to the desk, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll get shot down on it anyways. My wife will be like, no, you're not getting that. I'm like, what? Yeah, but it's my business. So I'm going to spend $900 and I'm going to get about $9 back on the review. Sound fair? Well, actually the Boeing Yoke, I think it was I think I'm up to close to 40,000 views on that video. That was like from a long time ago. 2001. Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah, you're keeping the Warthog. Yeah, but I'm looking at the Viper, but not the Thrustmaster Viper, but the Windwing. Because for me to get into the Viper with Thrustmaster, I have to go get the HOTAS first, and then go out and buy the Viper, like, because I won't have a stick. Like, yes, I can use the Logitech thingamajig, but if I want the Thrustmaster, I'm gonna have to get the base and then a Viper stick, but I don't think they have a Viper stick. I know they had the Warhog. While if I go wing, I can go direct to what I want exactly right away, and it's also cheaper than Thrustmaster and about the same or even better quality. Less plastic. I can hear and see that, Marsh. I'm also busy flying. Does this count as your simulator time? Tell them you want to be you want to go on the be sent on the Viper. But the is the Viper retired? I know the F-18 is on its way out with the Fat Amy replacing it. I saw another video with the Fat Amy, the VTOL Fat Amy. So that's like the C or the D. It's coming in for a landing, a VTOL landing, and it hits the runway, it bounces, and then all of a sudden the nose just like dives right in, and then the pilot ejects out and he like flies out. It's like, wow, that for a VTOL? That's a renaissance, man. Yeah. Yeah, when I land in Denver, I think I might have like an hour or two, probably 2 hours before I pick up my son, and gonna go flip in the DCS. Well, because I gotta flip anyways over to the Logitech 3D Pro for the mill hops tonight. I think I'm gonna go with the Bombcat or the Super Tomcat. Yeah, Ersta did he reply back to? Is that coming out in a future update? Because I saw his update on Facebook. Didn't talk about the Delta that much. Just said he had some great feedback. With that video that you posted in the Discord about the Delta, those guys had absolutely no clue what they were talking about. What's that? Because they're like, oh yeah, you know, DC Designs is at the bottom of the barrel. Like, what are they talking about? Gotta put in my ad spot. No, Contrail is actually not sponsoring this, but I've done this on my own, and he likes the idea. It's free advertising for him, but it's also free advertising for me, so it's all good. It's a win-win situation, or a win-wing. So my wife's doing the run for the cure, but she's gonna be walking. So you're going for a walk for the cure. Don't walk too slow because the cure might run away. And I don't have my top 3 donators on the bottom left anymore. I went to fix Christian's name because it was like a little off-centered. Wanted to fix it, and I completely screwed it all up. I gotta like rebuild it from scratch. And I'm like, I don't even remember how I did that. See y'all tonight. Airstead signing off. See you in the cat. The bomb cat. But yeah, the bomb cat on the super carrier looks like a fat Amy. Like it like the guys on there are like so tiny, and I'm like, no, this can't be. Yeah, you got Mill. And Crossroads and we were testing out the Super Carrier Pro yesterday. Yeah, there's some fun to have with it, but when it comes to multiplayer, there's so many bugs on that. Even on like just flying by yourself is buggy enough. But because there's this feature that you can sync, so I can't really show you on there because you don't see my cursor, but here, let's do this. If I'm here on the carrier, I'm at the runway, I'm right here at this point, and then Crossroads, he's on the carrier and he's spawned in to the runway. Well, he's here. So he's floating in the air for me, and I'm floating in the air for him. For us to have the same the super carrier at the same spot, we have to do a what they call an auto sync. The auto sync, once you press that button, it could take 15 minutes, but then we later saw 50 minutes for it to sink. It's like, that's ridiculous. Like, you want to have a community flight and everybody get onto the super carrier? And by the way, this is a moving super carrier. The static ones, those are a little different. But the static ones, you can't have access to the hangar. You can't change it for the wind wall, obviously, because it's static. But yeah. When do I get the D? Major Airstead Leisure is saluting you all. Oh wait, should I be saluted instead? Major pain. D does have bombs. I'm asking him to do it. Oh yeah, okay. It does have bombs. So it's got to be in a different place than the... yeah, I'll get a tutorial on that. As for Marketplace, March, tentative. Yeah, it would be, he's hoping for next week. And the Strike Eagle, he was hoping for this week. It's been approved, but it's still not there. All right, I gotta hurry up. I gotta get my Viper before you get your Viper. Yeah, but wife for sure will be like, yeah, you see the credit card? I'll be like, yeah, but I got the number up here. She'll be like, look now, I'm calling, cutting it off for you. Yeah, plus, yeah, birthday bash on Monday night. I have no clue what the birthday bash is doing on Monday night. No Monday night football. Monday night stream, I don't know. Definitely not Tower Simulator on Monday night. I'm gonna actually do a video, probably put it up maybe next week. San Francisco, but flight sim, well, MSFS or DCS. I gotta get into a plane, but the thing is if I do get a HOTAS, I would rather wait for the HOTAS to get all these buttons, because what I'm using right now is I'm using the Thrustmaster throttle, and I've got buttons all mixed and mashed. Like the Toga button on the F-18, that is my idle, my cutoff. But then I've got like the speed brake in the Apache. That's my my stick there, whatever they call it. It's some weird name. Can you use the A10 for commercial? Will the Airbus throttle be up for grabs, perhaps? You went and bought your own Airbus throttle? I'll admit, I still like to use my Airbus throttle for Airbus flights. I like the flaps. Yeah, the D10s on the, yeah, D10s. That's a nice thing about the Airbus. The Boeing, I wish they would have had some D10s, but however, it's interchangeable, and that's where like you can have you can have flaps instead of speed brake or vice versa, and so that's why they never put those D10s in, because we don't, like, they don't know where you're gonna put your flap, but you should be putting your flap on the right side, but they only put 3 axis rather than the 4th one because they want you to then buy the other 3 axis to have for a 747. They're not stupid. They want to make their money too. Park and brake, auto brake dial, engine cutoff switch, and engine's start mode are a nice bonus. Yeah, like I said in DCS, it's like I even got like the buttons down here. It's like I've got I don't even know what I have the buttons set as, and then and that's where the Extreme 3D Pro, you're probably fine on the basic. The basic 2 free aircraft, and then maybe even let's say Cliffs 3. Flaming Cliffs 3. You're fine on that because it's low fidelity, but then after that, then it's when you get into higher fidelity, it's like you need a lot of buttons. And the thing between having an F14 throttle versus a F16 throttle from Winwing is the Viper, even on the stick 2, will have additional buttons. So you're always better to have the most buttons and then not use some. Because some aircraft are going to use it like the Viper, but then the F14 will use less. But reverse thrust on Airbus TCA so much better than Boeing TCA garbage throttle. Might try calibrating the Warthog for Airbus sometime. I use it with the CRJ, which has detents, and it works. Okay. Yeah. The only thing that I'm worried about with F-16, whether it's from Thrustmaster or Winwing, is that it topples over because your arm's up in the air and you're switching your detents. I think you're gonna need to have that grounded to a table. Last night, my son came downstairs after his bath and he saw. He's like, "Daddy, what are you doing down here?" I said, "Daddy's working." It's like, "What's that?" And then he sees like the world map and all that. I said, "Hey, you want to see where we live?" It's like, "That's the moon." I'm like, "No, that's the Earth. That's where we live." Then I showed him where we were. And then I said, "Hey, want to call up Grandma and Grandpa?" All right. I said, it's like, "Where are they?" I said, "They're right over here. They're far, far away." Wow. I said, "And this is where Daddy's going tomorrow." It's like, wow. But then he wanted to spin the globe on the world map. So have you now moved time zones, or are you still sticking out in your time zone without giving your address? Because are they gonna station you now in the capital rather than the capital? See where I get that? Yeah. Which capitals you talking about? DC. That's why he works for DCS. DC Designs. Hey, that would be good if DC Designs actually did stuff for DCS. Oh, to... Okay. Just a couple of blocks. Now we're gonna have to do a brand new tour of Winnipeg. Remember we buzzed by your house? I could for the after dark. What is that the 12 p.m. stream on Monday night when we go to Vegas? Flight to Vegas on the cocktails run. Every waypoint on the cocktails arrival, we have to drink that cocktail. No, that's a drinking game. And that's where we got the air bingo idea from. Flight from Vancouver to Las Vegas. Yeah, once confirmed for Vegas, I'll have to make sure to get a flight in from like LA into Las Vegas so that I can do the cocktail arrival, because you can't do that from the east. It's coming in from the west side. And then I call up the airline and say, hey, this is Sizzling Popcorn calling. We need to take the cocktail arrival into Vegas. If not, we still need to do it. This is a stick up. No. The captain's name's Jack. Hi, Jack. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Come on, officer, stop. Sounds like I'll be your baconator. I think it's something about educator. Oh, talking about educator. This teacher sent me anything. No. Wow. This is the beginning of a great weekend. A great weekend going into a birthday. Tomorrow, I get to spend time with the family and Blippi. You got kids, you know who Blippi is. And then on Monday, I'm not sure if it's me or if it's my mother-in-law going. But Wiggles. Like, I'd rather stay home than go to Wiggles, but I might have the Wiggles to go to the bathroom. You show up, you had 3 tequilas. Oh, this is Wiggles. Ah! You're laughing, and all the kids are like scared. They're like, what? Like, this is not a funny part. Why is that daddy laughing so much? No, that is definitely not me. All right, let's get this plane ready for our descent. Top of descent, 171. All right, go back to sleep. So Hippie is where we have to start dropping out of the sky. That way I won't miss it. But yeah, Blippy and Wiggles. Like, what do you expect? I'm like working here, right? Like, entertaining the masses. Actually, I could, because we still got time before we start our descent. Like, put out a playpen for someone to pick up. I'm not sure all the pieces are there is the only thing. Biggest thing is to make sure the bassinet part is there. Like, where is it? In the basement. Yeah, well, there's lots of stuff in the basement. Other than my man cave part, it's the baby storage stuff. Congrats. Wish I could send an Airbus extension, but it's no, Marsh, that's not what you say. You say congrats. Wish I could send an Airbus TCA flaps and spoiled extension module as a housewarming. Unfortunately, you do not have enough YouTube subscribers for us to warrant this. There, that's what the message should have been. Because Airsted's got like a 0 or maybe 10. I don't know. His son's 10 accounts. And probably like six of my accounts. Spoilers. And spoiled extension. Wow. Is this where the radar showed some so we are getting into an area of turbulence, but that's at flight level 380. We're at 390, but we will be descending soon enough. We take a look at radar. So I'm guessing this is just precipitation because we've got piles of clouds here, but there's nothing. Could be made for CC 330 Husky pilots. Yeah, Marsh, we'll always have Paris, right? Old people telling me old phrases, and then you're like, what the? Those old phrases, when you start telling me, hey, love, we'll always have Paris. That means something completely different to like the next generation down, you know, like tell that to like a Gen Z. I don't consider myself Gen Z because I am more of I'm a Zennial. Is it a Zennial? I think that's what it is. But that's what happens when you got like people from all different age ranges watching your stuff and commenting, and then someone comes up with like something from like the 1950s, and you're like, nope, can't use that nowadays. That means something completely different. I'll accept that perk. Yeah. This looks like a major city. Oh, it's Mary Jane. M. Jane. It just looks like a major city, but I don't think it is. Hey, it's like if there's traffic in the city, get onto this, you can cross town very quickly. You missed the meal service? Oh, you missed it. No. We're just about to land. Well, start our descent shortly. Here. We'll get the meal out just for you, James. Oh, sorry, you gotta purchase your first class ticket. Because we now have economy class, business class, and first class on Sizzling Popcorn Airlines. And we also have new loyalty badges that don't go based off of airlines, but go off of, because we're a mix between civilian and military operations here. The loyalty badges are based off of the Canadian Air Force. You go from captain to general. General, we can talk in about 4 years. Whoever gets the general. But I think it's like Marsh is like brigadier general, or he's about to become brigadier general. Or yeah, something like that. Let's get the meal service out.
Meal is brought to you by world-renowned Chef SP, La Poutine.
Close to you, close to you, close to you. Close to you, close to you, close to you. My boys are down, they've been burned to the ground by the voice of an angel. Don't say a word before someone gets hurt, it's just too much to handle. My mind explodes.
This is so good.
Shaking to the beat of my
Try to see. Got a command. Oh yeah, and yeah, so to buy your tickets, you just look right underneath this screen, and there'll be a join button, and that's where you can. It logs you right into the Sizzling Popcorn Airlines booking system, where you can book your economy, business class, or first class. We used to only have business class, but we've now opened it up. We stopped being so snobby and open it up to the richer people and to the lesser richer people, but they're just as rich. There I'm like, wait a second, why am I in an American flag? I'm wrapped in an American flag. Shouldn't it be a Canadian flag? Nope. So we're flying the US. Brigadier who? If that's accurate, does Airstud's statement above about saluting him still hold true? I don't have to salute to anybody. I'm like the Prime Minister of Sizzling Popcornia. I'm gonna be hobnobbing with Colin Powell. Yeah, with Colin Powell, 6 feet under. Isn't he dead? Pretty sure he's dead now. Dead of like old age. And Condoleezza Rice. Yeah. You know Condoleezza Rice? She went to Rice University, right? He's with Storm and Norman Schwarzkopf. Who's that? Almost at top of descent. Still another 50. We must be close to like Jackson Hole or something. It looks like a shithole out there. Oh no. Lots of mountains. Actually, it's like the Rockies because last time I saw someone say something about the Rockies, someone corrected them, said it's not the Rockies. It's like, a guy that lives where he was talking about was told that where he lived was not the Rockies. That was in Kelowna. They Token said that Revelstoke was in the Rockies or something. Someone was like, no, it's in these types of mountains. So like, no, they're Rockies. They're the Rockies, and that other guy is just a plain asshole. Like, there. Now everything's all straightened out. Oh. Get on his way home from work tomorrow. The guy will show up and you'll be like, oh, no, don't want it. Wait. Is it already paid for? Question mark. That's the question. When you're going to sell something and they're coming to your door and they haven't paid, it's a waste of time because they're gonna get here or they never show up, and then you're just like, you put it as sold and they never bought. And what I don't like is I'm the one that's got to give this to this guy, and his wife bought it for my wife, and nobody's checked it before, and we haven't located it. Maybe if I put out like a tweet saying, hey, Nova Scotia, has anyone found my Fat Amy playpen? Let me know. Please call this number, emergency line. It's like, yeah, like the Fat Amy earlier this week, getting lost. Where is it? Well, wherever you guys sent it to on autopilot. Now, like, I get like more of the story, and then I hear, okay, well, he ejected because of weather and stuff, but we still don't know the full story. And with the military, you're never going to get the full story because they're going to cover up whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, even if you have eyewitnesses, like, it doesn't matter. Military will always cover up. They're not going to give you all the details because it's a complete embarrassment for them. I do have to change, or no, I don't have to make any changes, I think. Yeah. Baba, hi mom. Hi mom. Okay. Then we're gonna vector. Why don't we just do a direct? Forget about the vector. Then that way we don't have any issues of being stuck on the vector. Was Baghdad Bob's arch nemesis. Baghdad Bob's. I know what BOB stands for, because LCAS taught me that in the early 2000s. You can see the wing flapping around like a Flappy Bird. That game didn't last too long, huh? All right, let's move that to the side. So we're coming up to Yippee or High P. We got to be above 270. We get the flatty, we got to be between 220 and 190. But the big one is at Eldo. At Eldo, we have to be at 250 knots and between 210 and 1600. But then we're going to be coming down, making our way down. When you say hi, Mom, we've got to be at 210 knots and at 1100, because this is all mountains. And the thing is when you get to Denver, when you're coming in from the East Coast or anywhere from the East, it is flat, just flat. And then you look on the other side, it's the Rockies. Oh, merch. I almost wore that color. I put this t-shirt on and I almost went back to switch it to the color you're wearing today, which is like that golden color. Number one reason to be a flight simmer. 8-hour bottle to throttle does not apply. Welcome King Easy to the microwave. Discord microwave. Looks like a soupy mess up ahead. Big bird, yeah, big bird. No, but that color is not yellow, it's gold. Now he's asking, hey, can you make a platinum one? I just saw this. It's taking more juice out of the right side than the left side. In balance.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten seatbelt sign has been turned off. Please keep your seatbelt visible, fastened while seated, and please be careful.
What the hell's she talking about?
Any overhead vents. Thank you.
Fasten seatbelt has been turned off? More like it's been turned on. When I was talking earlier this week, I was telling my wife about Fat Amy, and she's like, what are you talking about? Fat Amy? Why are you talking about a fat woman? Like, no, that's what an F-35. It's an F-35 Panther, but it's also known as Fat Amy because it's got like fat wings, it's slower, it's stealthy, but it's slower. And I don't know why it's not like Fat Sally or Fat Jimmy. It's Fat Amy. I don't know. Hell yeah. And the other thing I was like talking about Twitter was like X said this. She's like, yeah, why are you talking about your ex? I'm like, no, I'm not talking about an ex. I'm talking about X. It's like Twitter now. Like it's, well, Twitter is now X. Oh, like she's never used Twitter in her life, let alone X. Fat Karen. Yeah, I just put the crossfeed on. Just so I can get the middle tanks drained out first. Yeah, yeah. What's a fat Karen? A raptor? And my mother-in-law, I didn't know about this whole Karen stuff until after I married my wife. Now, you know, so I gotta deal with a Karen all the time, but not that type of a Karen, just named Karen. Just be glad you don't have to deal with an Alexa or a Siri. Oh, well, I have to deal with Siri sometimes. She hears things that I say, and I never say, "Hey Siri, blah blah blah." Watch. Yeah, she doesn't even respond to that. Oh. No! She didn't hear me on the watch, but she definitely heard me on the phone. She was about to make a call. It's like you're watching YouTube on your TV. Well, in my case, on my TV, and the kitchen's like very close by, and there's the Google Pod that's there. Well, there's an ad for Google, and it says, "Hey Google, blah blah." Oh, then the pod starts going off, like little rascals. Yeah, fuel. 7,000 for winter. So let's get out to 7,000. That'll get us to connect to the glide slope. I was watching a movie with my mom, and the main character was trying to tell her phone to call 911. I said, and well, yeah, I don't know if that's a true story, but by you putting that there, you knew I was gonna read that, and as I read that, it would it would send out the message. The airport should actually be right to our side. Up here. I can see a plane going in for a landing. We'll go with 3. Course is 353. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty much flat out here. Then on this side, bounds start. I think I'm gonna make 2 videos. I thought of it when I went to get breakfast. Is 2 videos. One is what Microsoft Flight Simulator could learn from DCS World, and the reverse, because the multiplayer stuff. I haven't done much on DCS. I know they've got some issues too, but the thing is that you got an aircraft carrier. It's the same one for everyone. You don't have to sync them all up, because that's what I was doing with Crossroads yesterday, trying to sync. It was gonna take like between 15 minutes and an hour for that to happen. It's like, no, it shouldn't happen like that. Gotta start a class action lawsuit. Yeah, said one guy one time. He was he was an extremist and fizzled out very quickly. That's Aurora, Buckley Air Force Base. All right, let me know in the chat. Like, what do you guys think? What's this landing rate gonna be? -200, minus 200, minus 100. Sizzling butter popcorn. It's gonna be minus 600, minus 275. I like it. I like your thinking, Sabers. I like it. Didn't your Bills win? Are they 2-0 or 1-1? I haven't really watched. I haven't really watched in a long time. My prediction is it'll be too high and too fast. Very predictable. It's very predictable. 1-1 choked against the Jets. Gary Vaynerchuk's Jets. That guy's always has been saying it for like the last 10 years. He wants to someday. He's always wanted to one day be the owner of the Jets. I don't know if he's actually become a shareholder or what, but he's got his Vayner Media, but then he's got some football talents under management, I think. Up ahead, it looks like a ring. Can we get it through that ring in the clouds? Yeah, for his wine expertise, yeah. That's where he started. Gary Vaynerchuk. The Ask Gary V show. Who's on my server? I think that's FSLTL. Because there's really nobody on this server. Top secret server. We're at just shy of 10,000. Let's put the lights on. Get those pumps off.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten seatbelts. Ladies and gentlemen, as we make our final descent into Denver, please stow laptop computers and similarly sized electronic devices. Small portable electronic devices may continue to be used in airplane mode but must be secured for the remainder of the flight. Please ensure all carry-on items are completely under the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin, leaving the area around your feet clear. Please raise your seat back and tray table to the full upright and locked position and fasten your seatbelt. We will come by one last time to pick up cups, cans, newspapers, and any other trash. Thank you.
I would say we're about 20 miles out. What's my VREF again? 143. So runway touchdown is 5,327 the elevation. It's probably like a Cat 2. Four red, you're dead. June 2, Pappy's happy. 3 and 1. Oh, 2 and 2.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Really? That hard? Didn't seem like it. Bring it in.
On behalf of this flight crew and Southwest Airlines, welcome to Denver. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened, seat back and tray table in their full upright and locked position, and all carry-on items
Navy-ish.
completely under the seat in front of you. When the captain turns off the fasten
Too much
seatbelt sign,
cats.
please be careful when opening the overhead bin. Items may have shifted during flight and could fall out. You may now use
See
the
the
cellular
love
function with
cars.
small portable electronic devices, but please remain seated and leave your carry-on.
Yeah, even love
Please
cars.
be advised the aircraft doors will be open
549,
during ground servicing.
159
For your safety, please
knots.
ensure that you and any children you are supervising
Let's
remain
go
clear of the front
to-
and back doors. If you are connecting here to another Southwest flight,
What's our
please
gate?
check the monitors in the terminal for your flight and gate number.
C26. C26.
With you. We know you have a choice when you fly, and we thank you for choosing Southwest Airlines.
C26, so we're over here. So oh, that's an inset. So where the yeah, so we'd be on this first one, C26. All right, I'll get I fly like an eagle. Let's see.
The chosen position is too small for your aircraft.
Woo! Thanks for the super chat, Marsh. The super sticker. Yeah, get out here. Can I? Yeah, the planes are coming in from the other way. So things must have changed in the air. But like I said at the beginning of the stream, this is one of the first ever third-party add-on airports was Denver. And Portland also, but Portland, it hasn't really gotten an update, but they've definitely did an update in the last year here. So it's 3 years old with a 1 year update. Portland is about 3 years old, but really no updates. But it's not like a big airport, busy airport anyways. There's no point in overhauling it and adding glass and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's no point. So we're gonna cross runway 3-4, right? It's a very short runway. I say that, but it's actually 12,000 feet long. But if you've ever been to Denver, you know it's a long taxi to the gates because the runways are further out, especially like this one, 3-4 left. Yep, cleared across. That's off. It's good. Uh-oh. Frontier and United. No, Frontier's turning. I'm gonna follow them because I think C is also the United hub. I was almost thinking of doing the round trip back, but it's about 2.5 hours here, 2.5 hours back. So that's 5 hours. And we ended up like scrambling for an hour. So you add that at 6 hours. No, I'd be late for the bus. And I'm not sure if my son, well, definitely yesterday my son wouldn't have gotten off the bus at his stop because he was asleep. Bus driver wouldn't know which kid gets off. He asked me, is there more kids to come off? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you're the bus driver. I'm not the parent of all these kids, you know, like. And he doesn't do anything to the kids on the bus, like doesn't tell them to sit down, doesn't tell them to stay buckled, because like if you're under 40 pounds you have to be buckled unless you sign a waiver. Well, we didn't sign a waiver, and so at the school the teacher has to buckle because it's not up to the bus driver, but it's the bus driver's responsibility to get him here safely. So he's got to tell the kids that are trying to unbuckle my son not to do that, but he doesn't. Yeah. And so then we're like, well, screw this. We're not going to buckle him for 2 days. We're like, so I get a message yesterday from his teacher. Yeah, you know, he's 39.2 pounds. So he's under 40. He has to be buckled. I'm like, 39.2? Oh, I guess I didn't give him enough pizza last night. Like, really? We're going to C26 I think it's going to be on this. I actually haven't checked the right. We'll just drive around if it's not the case. Because I see some southwest there already, so. I don't know, is there. There's gonna be something up here to turn? Oh no, this is a parking area. So they're saying to J, but we're not going to J. Got a feeling it's here. Yeah. C26. Our home for the next 20 minutes. Obviously, if we were going to do a connecting flight, we'd have the APU on, but yeah, I've got no ground handle, nobody, a marshal, no marshal, marshals on strike, and yeah, jetway is broken here. All right, so we just got to go down here, shut these things off, and presto. Flight approved. I think I'm. So I am a second officer. This is my second leg flown this month. I think this is going to be my third. And I should be up to 18. No, I should be up to 16 flights flown. I think I need 30 in order to get promoted. You just see here. Just want to see how many more do I have to get promoted. Stay signed in, yeah. Oh, wow. there's stuff on this website, like this intranet site that I didn't even know existed. My work. So I have a quick reference handbook. Wow, I'm gonna have to take a look at this stuff. If I can get this training without having deadlines, hey, that's fantastic. What I want, is it the SOP? Yes, SOP. So pilot rank. Yeah, so at 5 I became a second officer. For first officer I need 30 flights, and it's not hours but flights. So I've got now I've got 16. So that means I got 14 more before I become a first officer. Captain is 70, senior captain's 140, executive captain 250, chief pilot 400, senior chief pilot 700, executive chief pilot 1200, and that's the highest rank. But there are some people that are way up there, and what I do is I try not to take the long flights, because the longer the flight, it doesn't matter. It's how many legs you've done. While most other virtual airlines, it's by the hour. So yeah, then you want to do long hauls, because like here I don't want to do long hauls, so they don't have this 767 or 777, so that's fine. But like Air Canada, if Virtual Air Canada did the same thing where it was just like based on legs rather than hours, I wouldn't even want to fly the 777 because there's no point, because it's based off of the legs falling. You're just gonna do the shortest run. But no, that's not the case. But in Southwest, it is the case. But that's it for the stream. Thanks everyone for showing up. Tonight we've got some military hops back to South America, part 3 in South America. I think we might have like a part 4 or a 5 in South America before we get into Central. But that's up to Airstud on those flight plans. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you